Okay, can you make it through the fine print of those business documents they ask you to sign for a loan? Nick Clements has found a lot of us don't know enough financial basics to understand what they're talking about. So he co-founded Magnify Money to help us out. We're looking at the website right now. Nick has been in town this week teaching financial literacy at the Chambliss Center. He joins us live now to spread the word. Why did you get involved in this, Nick?
Well, I'd spent about 15 years in banking, and I felt like people were spending far too much money on their credit cards. They weren't earning enough on their savings accounts, and I wanted to make it easier for them to put more money in their pockets.
All right, let's talk about that for a second. Credit card debt, anywhere from 18 to say 25%.
And higher.
And higher. What about paying the minimum payment every month? Is that a bad idea?
That is a horrible thing to do.
Why is that?
If you pay the minimum due, it's going to take you 25 to 30 years to pay it off, and you're going to be spending 2 to maybe 3 times the original balance.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Let me ask you this. Let's say you only have X amount of money. You can't really afford to pay as much as you can. What would you do? Pay $10, $15 more than minimum pay? Any little bit or what?
Well, you always want to pay more than the minimum, and every little bit helps. But the single best thing you can do to pay off your debt faster is to find a way to get that high interest rate and make it lower. What we do at MagnifyMoney.com is we help you do what we call debt surfing. So if you have a high interest rate, other banks will be willing to give you a lower interest rate if you move that debt from your existing credit card to a new one. So you could have 0% for up to 2 years.
Why? Now, why is it we will like shop around for cars, we'll shop around for the best TV to buy, but we don't necessarily shop around for our financial stuff? Why
That is a great question. People are too loyal to their banks. They think banks reward loyalty when they don't. The best deals are to new customers. Think about it. They'll give you a 0% interest rate for 2 years. If you're a new customer, they've got to make that money up somewhere. So where do they make it up from? The people who stick around.
So in those 2 years, when you've got your 2 years of interest-free, that's when you go ahead and you pay as much as you can at that point, and you're really going to get that debt down, correct?
Absolutely. And then in month 24, don't stick around.
Go to
Go and find another deal. People do that with their cable all the time, right? You get a great first year, and then when they increase the rate, my mom, 70 years old, does it. She calls and says, I'm moving now. Do the same with your debt.
It seems interesting to me that a lot of companies, whether it's a cable company, I'm not going to name any names, don't necessarily reward people that stay with them. Why does it seem that? Same thing with banks too. Why is that?
Well, it's basically the way that their organizations are organized, as silly as it sounds. Most banks have a new customer acquisition team and an existing customer team. The new customer team wants to get as many people as possible, so they give away everything to make you join.
They probably get a financial incentive for that too, don't they?
That's right. When I used to run that, my goal was bring in 1 million customers, and I'd give you anything. It's like the dating phase. It's the honeymoon. I'll give you whatever you want. Then the other guys who run the existing customer team, they've got to make all the money. So they try to extract as much value from the existing customers as possible. So what I say is you don't want to become an existing customer. Stay in the honeymoon.
And quickly, how do you get those low interest credit cards? Community bank, a federal credit union maybe?
Credit unions are great, but what we do at MagnifyMoney.com, if you come to our balance transfer page, we're constantly looking for the best deals, and we keep it up to date every day.
All right, well, appreciate you coming in, Nick, and thanks for telling us a lot of things that maybe we don't think about that maybe we should.
It's great to be here. Ditch and switch right now, your bank.
All right, MagnifyMoney.com. Thank you so much for being with us. And we, of course, MagnifyMoney.com. We'll be right back in a minute. Stay with us.